my view, the conflict is that I'm working and I have a group of deaf individuals that have all come up to me in the middle of this assignment and then now are asking me to interpret the rest of the assignment because they prefer me over my partner. This situation, I feel it challenges me because I have to now think about what the best interest for this situation is. These consumers are needing communication that's clear. They feel they're not getting it. I feel as a professional interpreter, it's my responsibility to provide the best service possible at that time. It will conflict or it challenges my business ethics. What do I do as a professional? As a satisfying my consumers' needs, thinking of their best interest. As well as being honest to the agency about providing qualified interpreting services that will meet both the consumers that are involved needs to make sure that everything runs smoothly, including the interpreter, because we're all part of this scenario. Now, if I decide to appease my consumers, I would have to then go and tell my partner that they don't want this person and that they asked me to go ahead and interpret the whole thing. I could do that, and if I do that, my team is going to feel, in my opinion, just horrible. I would feel the same way if it was the opposite type of a scenario. What's going to happen to me is that I am going to wear out my body and risk injury to myself because I take on the whole responsibility of satisfying the consumers. What happens is that possibly the agency that hired the interpreter is going to look and see one interpreter doing everything, and then after that feel that they don't need to provide two interpreters again. Because if they're watching, they see one interpreter just sitting there and the other one interpreting the rest of the afternoon or however long the assignment is. And then the next time this job happens, because I've decided to just go ahead and take on that responsibility to interpret, the agency that sent this interpreter is not going to realize that this person is not satisfying the needs of the consumers. I could tell them that I can't do it, not say anything to my team, and just go on the whole time with them getting half the message and just stay out of it. That's another option. I could call my agency and let them know the situation and tell them that it's on them to figure it out, that I'm still going to do 20/20, whatever we've set up, and that if the consumers are upset about it, that they can contact the agency in regards to it. I could be honest with my team and tell them, hey, I'm not sure what's going on, but there's some kind of a breakdown, and that we need to maybe pay attention to each other a little bit more to assure that this communication goes well, as watching our consumers and trying to make the best of it at that time. And then let the agency know, let the person know that, so that they can take on whatever they need to do to increase their skill level for the jobs that they accept. I mean, maybe this person should not have accepted this job. That's not my ethics, that's their ethics. And now I'm in this situation where I have to decide what to do for myself. What I would choose, I would explain to the consumers, I would tell them I'm not physically able to interpret the whole thing, that I will let my agency know their concerns and ask them if I can let the interpreter know the concerns as well. Possibly what could happen is that the agency could send another interpreter depending on how much time is left. I need to let them know so that they're aware so that they can go ahead with whatever they decide to do. They have rights as well. They can file a grievance if they decide, and I'm not advocating for that kind of behavior, but that's their responsibility to do that. I can only be honest with what I can do And I would just call the agency, let them decide. I would tell the interpreter, and then we would do our best to support each other through this situation until it's over. Now, when it's coming to what happens to them, they're probably not going to be happy. They're going to have to go through this, and they've already decided they don't like this person, but we're going to get through this. What's going to happen is, in the long run, hopefully the agency realizes the type of scenarios that are being put in place, and they may make a better decision with the teamwork. That's short and long term of it. Right now it's going to be a little bit of enduring through this situation, and hopefully in the future it doesn't happen again.